All right. We are live. Get some people going in here. A couple people
Oh wow,
checking
that's
in.
a dope thumbnail.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. I saw that you did the one uh, transparent and one black. I like the black lettering.
Good.
All right, got a couple people coming in. Hello. Got some chats coming in. Hello, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Just letting some people filter in here.
Don't forget to smash that little thumb to make that algorithm pop and get everybody else in here.
Yeah, we want as many friends as we can get.
Yep, the shorts got caught with their shorts down this time.
Looks that way. All right.
They even have them on.
No, shorts have been off for quite a while. We're down to the skivvies. Concurrent viewers. All right, we're coming up. Hey, everybody. We are coming live from Hell's trading floor, and I have a couple of the distinguished analysts here with me. Verde and Occam's in particular are going to be kind of spearheading the stream, and True Demon will be on a little bit later. Currently, we've just been sitting here screaming, watching Mullen rip everyone's faces off, which has been quite nice. But in the meantime, I will hand some things off to Mr. Verde and Occam's. I think they had some interesting information for the day.
Yeah, if you wanna just change to my screen if possible.
Yep, I can pull you right up.
I'm just gonna do this probably
There you go.
as we go. Thank you very much. Let's do a fib from this morning to today, which is 320. Which lines up very nicely with a couple of things that we bounced off. So it's the 0.5 here and the 382, which are critical, I would say, in the next leg of this movement. So if you bear those in mind for now, I'm just going to hide this because it's going to get a bit too busy. But basically what I'm seeing is a head and shoulders pattern that is forming. So I would just say to practice caution if you cross under this ascending level of support. And also looking at, zooming out, we're coming from all the way down here. Going into the weekend with some money for beer would be nice, I think. But obviously, this is not financial advice. Everyone manages their risks as they see fit. So it's just what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Would you do me a favor and drop a volume profile just for the day, right at market open to current, just to
Yeah.
kind of see where the volume lies, right wherever the volume shelf intersects with the. We'd probably have to extend it to the right. There's not a lot more time in the day. There's what, an hour and a half left.
Yeah. This is max that I can do. Volume shells used to be 295. And we are just at 295 now.
Mm-hmm.
And 294 now.
Yeah, it seems to be, there seems to be some buying pressure soaking up these retracements that we've had from the swing high today, which was what, 320.
Yeah.
So you are seeing, you do that, have that huge volume area, kind of in the basically the $3 range, 290 $3 range.
Yeah. You like mostly looks like it's bearish volume. You have more on the downside volume over here, but definitely as you go up, I think a lot of people actually seem to have bought here. I'm wondering if that contributes to the bearish volume over here as well. Like being stop lost or something like that. Because if you look at it, I'm just gonna take this out for now. I should probably just and fixed range volume. Actually, in here we had a bit of a bull flag, which you did break out, but then couldn't break the next resistance up. So I would imagine a lot of people bought here and actually got stop lost on the way down, like day traders and stuff. Don't know what you think.
Yeah, there could have been some more momentum that could have been read right there. Especially what's that upper EMA, or is that an SMA line that you have? The two.
No,
blue?
I've got the 13 and 48 EMAs.
Okay, so that 13 EMA, kind of getting a bounce off of that could have been read as a breakout, an early entry for a breakout for upper momentum, but
Yeah.
then it just didn't come to fruition on that neckline. Basically, your resistance of the close of that the first candle that brought that intraday high.
Yeah, although looking at this now, let's see what the 1 minute says. You seem to be having a bit of an inverse head and shoulders on the 1 minute, but yeah. It's an interesting one.
It's actually creating somewhat of a pennant right now. And if you were to just kind of draw an imaginary line from the run up from beginning of the day down at 218, 219, use that as the flag. If you measure that first leg up before, where it comes back down to 275 and that major resistance point, the Fibonacci extension brings a major line right up to 350.
No,
Yeah,
I don't see that happening. This is way too far out for a inverse head and shoulders. But yeah, what are you saying, Occams?
so what are we up for the day to
20
performance
something percent,
wise?
22%.
Okay. Back to my chart. Yeah, so it's Friday. Okay, we're going into the weekend. There's day traders besides people that may or may not be diamond handing this or holding on to it for further upward momentum. There is going to become volume towards the end of the day that can shave off your profitability. So if and this is not financial advice, but if you were one that got in days ago and you are up, there should be the thought perhaps ringing through your head of taking out at least your initial investment and trying to protect what you have gained over the last couple days or weeks or even just the day, because we're up 25% just for the day. So I just want to remind people that it's easy to watch that ticker go up and get green, but if you're not doing anything to protect and capture, it's all for nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
Just real quick, I did want to shout out because we actually had a super chat coming through from Mr. Sammy Yummy, just saying thank you, and that's I think that's very sweet. Thank you very much, Mr. Sammy. We definitely appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Mr. Sammy.
Thank you, Mr. Sammy. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Speaking on that note, a thing that I like to do is, I know some people don't buy multiple contracts, but since I'm in the options, like just say if I had 10 and I played Mullen and I'm up 110%, you could sell half of them, which is getting your money back, and then the other half, you'll play with house money. That's always a good way, so you can try to at least go into the weekend with a smile, taking profits. Taking profits is never a bad thing. If you feel like taking profits is a bad thing, don't look at the chart anymore. Move on to something else. If you made money, then be satisfied with what you made, and be happy that you have profits, especially on something that moves so drastically in one day. You made money. I mean, this shit is not normal. You don't see that on normal stocks, and you start trying to get spoiled for that. You're gonna be looking for home run hitters all the time, and you're just gonna blow your account up. Not financial advice.
And also another thing to stress is, yeah, this might run to, I don't know, just whatever stock runs to, 500x the price. You can always play the downside to it as well to maximize your gains. So if you think, 320 is the top, and if it's gonna flush here, you can always go. I'm not saying that 320 is the top, but you can always go and buy puts also to either hedge yourself in case this actually flushes, or just to accelerate the downtrend if you want to play the downside.
Yes, well said.
Money is there to be made both ways.
Yeah, definitely rinse, wash, repeat on Mulan. I do have some plays that I have there sitting there from the very beginning, but rinse, wash, repeat. I was just taking gains, getting out, taking gains, getting out. That's probably the best strategy you could use. Just instead of sitting there and watching all your money go down, when you could have took profits and had something sitting in your buying power, ready to pull the trigger on another play, you're stuck.
Curious
So
to see
having
what
buying
comes
power is
through.
always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious to see what comes through the flow on unusual whales. Yeah, as I thought, a lot of people selling calls at the moment, which is probably exiting their positions. Which again kind of bodes in, like, I would assume that this is like day traders and people that have decent return on their thing, and just cashing into. It's always good to cash in and have some more money to play the next time. And also, I think I can't remember who. I think TD brought it up as well. And this is not FUD or anything, but other tickers have a history of whenever they run very high, that CEOs, they see the opportunity to sell some stock, get some more money at a better price. So you can never dissipate what the CEO, the executives of this company may bring to us on Monday or next week. What we know is what we have priced now, and that's about it, really.
And we do know that there is a history of dilution as well. I'm not saying that it'll happen in the future, but there is a pattern of it in the past.
Yep. I'm really surprised this level. Go on, Mr.
Exactly what we're talking about in the chat. Yeah, exactly what we're talking about in the chat earlier. Going to what Joe said. Are you guys bears? Diamond hands here. Like we were literally just talking about that in BC earlier.
On the hourly, you have a perfect doji, which it's big indecision, bears versus bulls.
Yep, good catch. We've got 14 minutes for that candle to close. Enough with a little bit of selling pressure here. It could become, a little bit of buying pressure here, and it could become kind of I guess it doesn't have enough, a dragonfly, but it won't have enough long enough wick really, unless it gets volatile in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, up till this candle, you have another Oh, I should probably increase my font size because I'm not sure if you guys can see it. This volume shelf really held nicely as both resistance here, but also support here. Now we seem to be toying with the 48 EMA on the 5 minutes. Yeah. Let's see if we catch this ascending level of support.
Just a quick question for the YouTube viewers there. Is anyone having trouble seeing? I just had a couple people saying they were having issues reading and seeing. I don't know if it's just because for the people on mobile, everything's kind of small. I just wanted to check, make sure everything looked good for everyone.
Yeah, it's probably the DPI. I'm on a 1440p, so it will look
Gotcha.
extremely small on a 1080.
Yeah.
I increased the font size now to
Okay. That should
make
help
that
a bit.
better.
Thank you.
Yeah, then too, it's the quality that they're getting on their side too. If their internet connection is a little weak, they won't get the full resolution of the video.
Let me see if I can better text readability.
Yeah, I think it's also just the pricings and all that kind of stuff on the side, especially on mobile. Like you'd have to get super zoomed in to really see it. So.
Yeah, I try to refresh and it does kind of look a little blurry on mine. I can't see any of the names on there or anything.
I got it on the TV in my office and I can see it, but it's on a TV, so I'm assuming that's easier to see.
Yeah, let me change it. Oh, look, let me change the quality. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I changed the quality. If you go to the very bottom where it says settings, go to quality and click the highest resolution at the
Okay.
very top. Yeah, that's perfect.
Watching max res 1080p, 1080p.
Looks alright
Okay.
on the stream.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, it looks
everything's
perfect
looking
now.
good. Cool.
Yeah, I
looks
also
good.
changed because I was having it on the allegedly gaming mode where it gives you a lot more frame rates rather than just static high quality image.
Too much Monster Hunter.
Yeah, man. Flabbergang got me into it last night.
So you do
It was
have
fun.
in the last 30 minutes, volume is dying off on Mullen. I don't want to use the
Yeah.
term dying. I retract the term dying. It is it's slowing down.
Cooling off.
It's cooling off.
Well, if anything,
Well-
this entire region here, I would call it consolidation, if anything.
Yeah.
Like same as what you did there. So it's just a consolidation on a larger time frame where this is the perfect type of setup for day traders to if they risk it and get an entry and hope for a bounce on levels of support. You can always get an entry here with an exit up there, and you get bam 8% in a few minutes.
Do you know about how much the $2.50 calls were about 2 days ago? Did anyone buy any? Or take note of the premium price?
I
About
can
two-
probably check unusual whales for that.
So I'd be curious to know right now we're at 290, 250 calls. If you're, I don't know, maybe they were, what are they running right now? Like 40? Are they in the 50s? They'd probably come down. Let me look.
Range.
70,
So
73
you wanted
cents.
16th?
Yes.
I'm showing right here when I bought 250s. Looks like they were 45 cents for 250s, 414. Let me double check.
I'm just thinking I guess what I'm getting at is premium over your at the money price. So
at close on 16th, premium range 2.5.
Well, I'm showing that I sold a 250, 414, 250 Mullen, and I got filled at 45 cents.
when
Yeah,
was
the
that?
end of the day on the 16th, they were 40 or
On the
50 cents.
16th.
Okay.
On the 16th, yeah, 45 cents.
So they're
That was at
they're up like
11:52. So it was
80%
at noon.
Yeah, I see some calls bought for April. 50 something, between 50 and 55 at the end of the day. But I also see for today the 2.5 call for today was 10 cents.
We're testing the bottom of that channel again.
I can actually Mullen.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't
that
really
one,
tell you
GameStop
outcomes
is
how much
getting a
I'm up
move.
on that either.
GameStop's breaking out.
Oh,
There it goes.
yes. Oh, GameStop. Okay.
There goes
It looks
AMC
like
following
Mullen's trying
suit.
to bounce too. Oh, let's get this meme run
Nice.
going.
Very nice. Looks like a big
Yeah,
fat double bottom here.
we definitely got some progress in the house, technician. Definitely progress in the house.
Big progress.
And Scrap Queen, you're definitely right about that. We got about 320 folks in here hanging out with us right now. That's incredible. Yeah, smash the like button if you haven't already, and let's get even more
Beautiful.
friends to come hang out with us. More the merrier.
What else is
Beautiful,
running
beautiful.
today?
Progenity is testing the top of this pennant right here.
Oh yeah, Progenity. What's Progenity doing?
Up at
'Cause I did
151.
I did something really fucking dumb earlier. I'm not gonna say it.
Ooh.
Oh, no, please tell us more.
I'm not gonna say it. Not on YouTube.
There
You
goes
do
Mullen.
Not for the
Fair
public.
Sell
I'm
just gonna. I'm gonna
AMC,
have to throw this
GameStop,
out
and
there
Mullen
real
are all
quick.
pushing.
Yeah, Mullen above
I
3.
got Pags off of ScourgeBot, and Pags is up 23% today.
Gotta love the Scourge.
Yeah, ScourgeBot putting through again. And you know what's crazy is that when I had seen it in Scourge, when I had bought it, it wasn't doing anything. It didn't have any volume or anything. I had bought it on the 28th of February. And tell me why it just fully refunded me back today. Fully refunded and paid me today. Like, shout out to the ScourgeBot. ScourgeBot, if y'all don't know, it's in Hell's Trading Floor. Our magicians / developers came up with this amazing bot. So just had to throw it out there.
Well,
So
Flubbergank is here.
It is a wonderful resource that is worth every single penny. If you're using it on a daily basis or a weekly basis, it is absolutely amazing what these guys have come up with.
Yep, I agree. And look at GameStop.
Progenity actually. Progenity actually is coming off a very long bearish trend. Which, let's see. Do I get this right?
Yeah, also, Mr. Demon did want me to point out the ALZN was having quite a day itself over there. I know that was another Scourge call out, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, make sure to call that one out because that is ripping as well.
Oh, on the weekly looks beautiful. And does anyone see the similarities between that and that? Maybe if I put it a bit more like this.
It still looks super clear.
Is this the what Trey calls the big George W. Bush?
Yes, sir.
George
That's the
W.
W bottom.
The George W.
And to answer your question, trading on a hunch, yes, not only do we have a video that explains the commands and how to use ScourgeBot, we also have the analysts that are available all the time, ready to answer any questions that you have about the findings that you have or any of that.
True story. Scrap Queen. For real, like, I love you. Like, for real.
Scrap
Always
Queen's
showing us love.
amazing.
I had a
Always
couple
showing
of
us love.
Oh, and
MULN. Oh,
also,
nice.
just to
Oh, nice.
Yep.
yeah, that
Here we go.
Book 3 is serious.
Sorry, Cat, go on.
Oh, no, you're fine. Just to clarify on the ALZN, he had an alert go off about 16 minutes ago. It was crossing 115, looking for a break above 120. 4 Todd divergences in the past 30 days, and then we actually, just as I was speaking, got another alert for BBIG breaking past 245 resistance, looking to retest the fib at 310. Another TV alert from inside of Hell's Trading Floor Discord.
Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Oh, man.
Oh, there's the break.
Wow.
Look at that. ALZN.
Nice.
I don't.
Nice.
I need to sell
ScourgeBot
something.
pulling through. Yeah, I want some of that too. I need some of that. I take some of that action. And you know what's crazy is I already had ALZN, but I had, came up on profit. And I was like, I'm good, and it just sat there like in the back of my mind until recently. I just saw it now. I might have to get back into it. But GameStop and AMC, sheesh. Somebody knows something.
I appreciate it. Everyone giving love in the YouTube chat to Hell's Trading Floor. Best money I ever spent was when I joined Discord as a professional. Hell yeah, man, that's awesome to hear.
Thanks very much, man.
Appreciate that.
Well, to be fair, it's the professionals really that made all of this happen, because without their support, we couldn't have ever afforded the tools that we have now.
Data is so
expensive. Really, big shout out to them.
I agree.
Most definitely.
Sports Mom waited until the bottom of ALZN and bought 30 calls. Whew, nice.
Flabbergang, just get on the mic.
Yeah, let's hear from Flabbergang, the creator of this. Well, the man who makes the ScourgeBot happen.
I've already cursed on YouTube, so we got demonetized.
It's over. It's fine. You can come on now.
Bloody hell.
We ripped the Band-Aid off for you.
Jonathan Groves, I still can't access my Discord membership. I think we could get a ticket for that, right? Pew Pew?
Yeah, he's got one open, I believe.
Oh, okay. Craig, Brian, hello, Hell's Trading Floor is only Discord I've ever subscribed to. Best decision ever. I appreciate it, Craig.
Also, this is another play that I picked up off ScourgeBot the other day. Chart was looking fairly good, and I might have bought a bit early. I got some calls back here last week or a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, held it for a bit, and looks like it's finally playing in my favor. It's just a waiting thing with Scourge, isn't it? Eventually plays out.
Oh, ding ding, power hour.
Power hour.
Yeah.
I'm a minute late.
Let's go.
Arrived.
Getting caught up in all the excitement.
I think Maps was another one that
Ooh.
was Maps another one, J-Ruff, that we found with ScourgeBot the other night.
Yes,
Nice.
absolutely was.
9% up yesterday, another 5% up today. I think TD is making bank on that actually. He was saying.
Man, how do we keep up with all these bangers from ScourgeBot? Sheesh.
I don't know, but I think Mullen is about to rip here.
Yeah, we're
They
gonna
just
capital
posted
play
an
all these
article on
things.
Market Watch, it looks like.
Any news?
Mullen stock rallies. Who would have thunk?
It's mysterious.
I swear, if this goes to the moon, I'm gonna buy me a Mullen EV.
They're pretty sweet looking.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wouldn't mind one.
Have you seen the brake system on them? You know, they got
They
the
look nice, man. I'm
fiber
not gonna
brakes,
lie.
man.
They look nice.
Yeah.
2-inch wheels. Man.
I'll drive it.
Oh yeah, Occams, you were asking about call prices on Mullen.
Mm-hmm.
I can get you the, say, hourly chart. Let's see. This goes back to 14th. I'll put it in the. So this is March. I can get you April ones as well for 250.
Mullen is vigorously thrusting
I was just reading that. Thank you, Jake from State
I had
Farm.
to
I hope
whisper
you're
that.
wearing your khakis.
I had to whisper that one.
And yes, if you're in Discord, full disclosure, you will see where my position is. What's my average? Because I can't take that off the chart. Or I can, but I don't know how.
They have so much stuff slammed into TradingView, it's incredible. Now we got Progenity breaking out of the wedge. Gonna keep moving.
Yeah, SPY and IWM
Oh,
are
hold on,
a
I'm
small bit too.
putting them in the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where you put them.
I was putting them in the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
They're in live stream chat now.
$5.24.
Well, my average, yes.
So there was an infliction of 100% plus at some point.
Yes.
I'm curious to the open interest where we started this morning on the 250 calls. I'm wondering if we can try to find the volume just from the swing high, which would be 12 o'clock basically till now, till end of day. I'm curious to how much of this open interest got closed out before close and how much is going to get exercised. See what I'm kind of saying?
Yeah.
Because it got so juiced for a good part of the day, for the entire first half of the day, that I'm just wondering how much actually is going to got hedged for on the 2.5s.
So I guess this is a question for Flavor. I just ran a Scourge for the live options. In the table that we get output, is that the 15 minutes delayed data that we get, Flavor?
Mm-hmm.
So basically
Yeah.
the OI is basically the OI that is 15 minutes ago, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So then, judging by
So we have 32,000 open interest 15 minutes ago.
yep.
Okay.
Oh, hey, all boogie, what's going on? Thanks for the super chat. He said I already have calls on Mullen April monthlies. I'm feeling like buying a shit ton of the 4s before the end of the day. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I had the same temptation. um,
Yeah,
it's a risky one. That's a risky one because I mean it could certainly retrace. I know that's been kind of spoke of a little bit. We did have a hell of a run over the past couple days. But if you're feeling ballsy, I mean,
You
I
are
ain't gonna lie, I
buying
got 10s.
just to kind of comment on that, and not financial advice, but buying in calls right now, you're literally just buying extra theta into your contract. Of course, there can be a gap up, and you can miss out on your window that you think is here right now. But just keep in mind that you're gonna buy a contract and you're gonna hold on to it over the weekend, and theta is gonna take effect. But if you're buying far enough out, that should not, a couple days is not gonna hurt you.
yeah, especially if you have time on them, I would suppose depends on how far you're going out. But I'm assuming April since he already has Aprils or farther. But but yeah, no, if they
Just
hit,
in,
man, if we have another week like we had last week, I'm sure he'll be happy with it. But to his point, I mean, the volatility's obviously just jacked right now. So if we even move up a little bit, not violently, yeah, probably still gonna open red.
Yep, exactly. No volume spike at the start of power hour yet with Mullen.
Does it need one?
All day is power hour for Mullen. Let's go.
Like the other day, go on.
I was just gonna say, consolidation trading sideways into close would be perfectly fine, in my opinion, for Mullen today.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's had such an
I
impressive
mean,
run. Anything short of it free falling is impressive to me at this point.
Oh, there's massive volume coming into GitLab today.
it's a spicy one. I've been really liking GitLab. It did
Fun.
get
It was trading at $30 considering their high, and they IPO'd at 90 and their high is 137.
The SPY is catching a good bid.
Oh yeah, and just a quick reminder for the analysts in here, Occams and all that. I do have obviously Veride pulled up right now, but if at any point someone has something to show, I can switch between your guys' screens and everything. So just call it out if need be.
Sure.
RNT was another interesting one, wasn't it, for today? Yeah, it seems to be in this bear channel at the moment.
So just as kind of a general overview, we have for the, and if you want to share unless you had something to say there, Verity, so, sorry. I
No.
didn't mean
Go for it.
If you want to switch over, we can kind of talk about, excuse me, I have something in my throat. We can kind of talk
That's what
about
she
the
said.
Jeez. Hi-oh!
There it is.
I was trying to stay professional, but I'm really glad you said it. Yeah, Occams, you're up there.
Okay. So we're looking at a weekly volume heat map, colored by performance for the week, and I have the weekly volume pulled up under all the tickers, and then that it's performance. So Mullen, just obviously, since we're on the topic of Mullen, just blowing volume out of the water. If we compared it to We are on all U.S. companies. Okay. So out of everything, even comparing it to blue chip companies that are heavily traded day after day, Mullen has about, what do we have? Neo has 625. You're talking about 3 times of weekly volume any other stock. That is an insane amount of volume, and it's up 20%. So, of course, big winner this week, Mullen. The last couple of days, we've had a lot of runners. I mean, there's been a lot of blue chips like Nike that has run. SoFi's up. It's not a blue chip, but SoFi's up good. But Neo, EV seems to have come back to life a little bit today. Tesla, it's not on this heat map, but I believe Tesla's up. Is it up at 900? You can check. Oops. Well, exactly 900. So for the day, we're looking at the daily. Let's just narrow that down to the last hour. So leading into power hour, your volume leader, Mullen, has come down. Jim Cramer, Didi, up a little bit. We have some blue chips in here like Ford. SoFi coming through the end of the day strong. You can look at that real quick. Almost up to $10. This was probably, without knowing the SPY turning around like it did in the last couple days, it was hard to time any kind of bottom. But in my mind, the last week or so, this stock being below $9 was just a really good buy. SoFi having a good day on volume as well. So what we're looking for is not just stocks that are running, but stocks that are running on volume that have some kind of price confidence behind it. Because we could also look at a lot of, I guess it would be biopharma stocks. They're going to run big movements on a whole lot lower volume. And that's pretty much because of the float, the size of the float, a much smaller float. But even Mullen, what's our float size on Mullen? Do we have a kind of a guesstimate, or do we know?
I think it is like 220 million now.
220. Okay. So still not too crazy, but just this number just blows my mind. 1.8 billion or 0.8 billion.
What's really funny though, if you look on the OBV, I think up until today we were sat at 1.4 billion shares. I know I pointed this out earlier at market open, but I reckon that's only just increased.
What were we looking at, the daily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, look at that 5-minute candle. It just bounced off that ascending support like crazy.
Yeah, 1.8 billion.
1.8, you say?
Yeah, 1.8. Yeah.
Only 400 million shares added today. Only.
Chicken's feed.
That's 2x the float, roughly.
So just kind of looking at since we're on a larger time frame, looking at the daily, we can go ahead and kind of look at price forward, whether that be bearish or bullish, just in a macro sense. This is where my eyes go. We need to hide all that. Excuse me 1 second. So 360, if Mullen decides to get up to that range, there's going to be obvious resistance. So just if you're in Mullen and you're going to still be in Mullen and it runs, just note that in mind. 360. On this first run up, we have this resistance level that should act as support. And it did a little bit here before this run up. So this is quite a bit of range, 169 to 318, but on a larger time frame, this is kind of your local range. And I say local, it goes back to February 2nd. So we're not talking about too much of a time frame here. We're only talking a month and a half. But this is, in my mind, you've got this range right here. So if you're out there, I would just mark those levels and just keep those in mind as Mullen travels up and down and takes whatever path it decides it wants to take.
One thing I would highlight, and it's probably why we have so much issue now as well. There is a lot of history of, supports turning resistance and resistance turning support. So if you look back into 20th of January and 27th and 31st, that area, you seem to have traded nearly 3 days, which this stock doesn't really have a history of trading more than a day or two at the same price, because it's just freaking falling off a cliff ever since they IPO'd. So say this area here at between 2.7 and maybe up to 320. It's very interesting one to look at.
Say those dates one more time. I want to mark those on the chart real quick.
270 to hold on a second. It is the low of the 28th, which is 274
of January, 28th of January.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I would say the low of 25th of January, which is 320.
We lost the screen on YouTube.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue that thought, Verde, now that I have these dates pulled up.
Yeah, I'm basically just saying like Mullen doesn't have a history of trading for too long at a given price. Yet I've lost my chart. Yet on quite a few days, because if you look, well, up to 350. So ever since 24th of January to 3rd of Feb, you were in roughly that range of 50, 70 cents. And pretty much, it looked initially like a consolidation, but now you just continued. So this might be where you have a consolidation on, an uptrend if this would ever go back to, IPO price type thing, which is, very hard to predict that sort of stuff. But history says that this price is of interest, regardless of how the float and dilution happened. Because now we're talking completely different market cap if this goes to $10.
Exactly. Yes. So the more shares that are in the float, the harder it is for that stock to get back to, in this case, the initial IPO because of market cap limitations or possible limitations.
So it's bouncing nicely now off the neckline of the Head and Shoulders or the triangle, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, 3 tests, and all of them were bounced with fairly long wicks, I would say. And usually, like, if you go and read on Investopedia about this sort of patterns, triangles, they will tell you that usually the width of the structure, as from when it started, it could indicate you a potential price target to the upside or to the downside from the point of breakout. I love your magic. I see you changed your colors. How did you manage to change the candle color based on, do you change them by
Oh, that's
volume?
actually, this is, well, yes, this is a momentum oscillator that I'm using, and it actually heat maps over, you know me and heat maps. It overlays the candles, so I can take this off right here, and there's your candles.
No. Leave it there because I like it.
Yeah, so it's just a good indication of price momentum. It's like, you know, just basically if I clean this up with no drawings and we take away volume, let's take away the volume. Where's my volume?
Let's double click on the visualization. No, on, yeah. Or...
So what I'm seeing here is, yes, during this run up, it was a continuation of trend, but its price and volume ratio, it was not as strong as its previous. So this leg didn't have as much strength as this leg did. So seeing this come up and hit resistance and retrace, consolidate, find bottom, support, and another run up, here you would have assumed doubly if you would have had some kind of resistance. And I didn't have it this morning, but for the instance, if you had a previous resistance line that you were trying to assume on this top right here during this retracement, then you would assume that, doubly assume that this would be resistance up here as well. Just because of this, the momentum oscillator is kind of overlaying, telling you don't need to look at really the candles colors or the volume to know that you have positive price movement, but this is probably going to come with a pretty good retracement from where it started. And look, you have this retracement here, not as severe as this retracement here, because your oscillator is telling you. So it's just kind of giving you it's just giving you an indication of if it starts to come down, it's going to do it worse than it did back here. That's the big takeaway in my mind with this specific indicator. And now there's a lot of math behind it that we probably don't want to go over right now, but right here, this is your hidden bearish divergence line, just showing you that your oscillator is coming down to zero off of a swing high, and that's what created this blue part of the heat map. Instead of it continuing fading from yellow, orange to gray to blue back to orange, it decided to pick up on this divergence and color the heat map accordingly.
Nice. I like that.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
SPY taken off.
Wow.
I think the last time I looked at it, it was at 442. Up another $2, which means let's look at S&P. Volume leaders in the last hour based on daily volume. Let's narrow it down to about 30 companies. So power hour, transportation getting love a little bit. I believe my pre-market screener picked up on a couple airline stocks this morning, or that might have been yesterday, but airline stocks have had a good couple days recently into the end of the week. Your typical Apple getting volume. Energy losing for the week. A lot of profit taking. Oil. What's oil at? Is it still over $100?
I believe so. I think was up today 105.
Yeah.
105.
A little bit of
It ran up.
a nasty double bottom. Kind of creating a little bit of a cup and handle. If you ignore
On the hourly.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 3 hour. I'm ignoring the swing high.
Well, you needed. It was the RSI was massively oversold. You needed that.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that. It's missing. It's missing a couple dollars in price. Never mind. Scratch that idea.
To have the neck at 110.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you still have a, double bottom there.
Yeah,
A
just
bit
a couple
skewed, but
wicks. Yeah, a couple wicks slicing through. These bodies don't. I mean, TA. There's give and take. It's not perfect, but yeah, there's a little bit of a double bottom there. Which, I mean, kind of confirmation of that double bottom bounce. I would have expected it to at least reach that neckline before it hit resistance.
weirdly enough, volume seems to be dialing down a bit.
Yeah, I think didn't Joe Biden and the administration, they kind of came out and told the oil gas companies like, hey, listen, no price gouging. But that they don't really control the price on oil. They're just controlling it at the pump after it's refined. But I'm just wondering if in some kind of way, if they have sway, the big companies have sway on where this actually can go to. Because if you think inflation's bad, if oil sustains anything above $100 for next month or two, I mean, it's already bad here, but if it got back up to, what did it get to? 120,
124.
126.82.
Yeah.
126.82. Yeah. That's, I mean, it was only there for a day.
Enough to wreak havoc.
Yeah, that's enough. Enough to cause a crisis.
We are yet again at resistance. Level 2, I see a lot of resistance at 297. 70,000 shares. Oh, gone, gobbled. Now they put 150,000 at 298, gobbled. Fucking hell, man. Watching this is like, wow. Look at it.
Seems like it's just been
Wow.
So much buying pressure.
Just Just look at this candle, man. On the 1 minute-ish is insane.
And they wanted that power half hour. Let's go.
That was 1.5 million shares on a 1 minute candle.
They're like, all right, I guess we'll hedge them. Guess we have
There
to
it
now.
goes.
Ooh, okay. Let's get that.
Well,
volume.
bear in mind, like now we're talking $4.
Yeah, right. Oh boy, let's get it.
I see
So-
one just popped up.
I reckon 2.5s are hedged, but we've got another half an hour of trading. And then the after hours, because you can't exercise until the end of today.
It just
Yeah, I'm
depends
real
on
curious
how
about
much
this after
open
hours.
interest was gobbled up by people selling and getting out of their calls and market makers taking them back.
True.
So there is that aspect. I mean, it might not make a dent, but it may have an impact.
I don't know. A lot more people are dumb like
It
me
looks
nowadays.
like
Getting a big surge on the tick too, so we're getting buying pressure across the market.
yeah, the SPY and IWM are just ripping, bro. There's Trading View. The bot is throwing out True Demons BBIG breakout above 245 resistance alert.
It's
Look
been
to
sitting at
retest
the
fib
top of
at
this
310.
pennant for a minute, and it's just waiting. It's just like, all right, make sure nobody's looking.
I would expect AMC and GME to have a good push watching SPY and IWM rip. I mean, they usually work hand in hand. I don't know how come they're not getting volume. I'm sure they'll get the memo here soon.
Well, if BBIG starts to rip and you happen to be within the tri-state area, you should be able to hear logical screaming without the aid of Discord.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's going to come through that loud.
Wow, the SPY is just pumping. Landy's thinking about buying puts right now before market closes.
Oh wow, my SPY went off the charts. IVM Max Pain 210. What is IVM doing? Quite. Whoa. Whoa there.
Let's see. There's some YouTube chat questions. Let's see where they're at. Where they at? Where they at?
Jeez, I mean, at this rate, the SPY could run to 447.
AMC and GME got to get the memo, Jack. They sleeping right now. They need to be woke.
Questions.
BBIG 250.
That bitch.
Use their proper name. That that big bitch.
Yeah, it came out of the triangle. Volume is still incredibly low on BBIG though. But definitely an uptick since yesterday.
It's starting to act like it used to back in late August. Be slumbering all day, and then whoom, the last couple of minutes of trading, man, you just see these crazy volume candles coming in. And the thing would spike
man,
50, 60 cents.
Look at maps 16% for the day. I'm happy with that.
That just went straight up today. It didn't even breathe. Well, it did a little bit in the morning.
Retest of resistance as new established support. Whoa.
Okay. Watch out for the bearish engulfing candle on the SPY. That might be forming.
Whoa. Mullen did something very fucking weird.
Well, please tell us.
Well, it dipped from 3 to 290 in a minute candle after seeing. I just posted in the live stream chat. It's a single block of 263,000 shares on the bid at 297.
Would it be market makers unhedging after people have sold calls off?
Don't know, man, but this is not people selling.
Ooh.
This is them dipping it down to.
Do we have news?
Price.
Do we have news?
No, I'm just looking at the 5 second. You said 1 minute. I went down to the 5 second, and those are some big ass candles. 5 second. That's
Yeah,
not
they're-
retail. That's that's something else. Those are some nasty candles. 5 second.
Yeah, you caught the VWAP at 282. But like, given the fact that the reason why I was saying whoa is because I saw 260,000 shares on the bid, and then whoa, it fucking vanished. And then this happened.
I think doesn't auto liquidation start at 338 for multi-leg and then 348 for single legs? Because I'm seeing a lot of stuff taking red right now.
Tell me again how this is not fuckery with the markets.
Yeah, look at the matching volume candles on the 5 minute.
Yeah, it's actually bigger. This one. Well, it's getting gobbled up, which is encouraging. But
Yet it failed to push a
like,
wick past
literally
the
the VWAP is to the T. I'm looking at the 30 seconds candles. And now you're pushing back up. And I don't want to share my broker green, but I put a screenshot in the live stream chat. I have a lot more. I can look down to 30 seconds is the lowest. I thought I could have gone lower.
Yeah, you're right. Right off the middle of the VWAP. Right off the median.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Someone either wanted to make this because this was dumped on market order. This is under no circumstance a limit order. No way this was a limit order.
For it to get gobbled up that quick, yeah. Because otherwise it would have taken much longer to facilitate that many orders. It would have taken longer than 5 seconds.
Yeah. This was a dump, a big ass dump.
VWAP up.
This made me irrationally angry now.
I mean,
Very nice.
technically, the wick of that last 5-minute candle was higher than the previous swing low. So penny's different. I think only a cent difference, but yeah, double bottom. The SPY doing. So we did get that 5-minute candle, bearish engulfing candle that closed on the SPY. Yeah, we're just going to take a look at what's going on in the last hour.
Yep, whenever you see Melody enter the YouTube chat, you always gotta have your eyes peeled.
So right here, I will show you. Oops. Let's open this up. Here, we'll do it this way so you guys can. This one right here. By Classic Scott. Is my screen on the YouTube, or am I just talking to myself? Yeah. Klinger. I like Klinger.
Oh man, I'm so angry.
Calm down, calm down.
No, it's probably just because I haven't eaten.
Oh, you're hangry.
Exactly. I have a very, big history of becoming a very hungry person very rapidly.
Well, I hear that cacti produce a great fruit called prickly pear. Don't everyone laugh at once.
With friends don't eat friends.
It's true.
If they have benefits, though, maybe.
I would say this is a pretty important level for Mullen to maintain.
I would so love to see a nice
Oh my
bounce.
god, look at this candle.
Oh yeah.
I would so love to see this off the 38.2 retracement here. Be fantastic.
Let's
The
get it
after hours
on.
will be nuts. There's a double bottom on the VWAP on the 30 seconds chart, but I'm not gonna read double bottoms on the 30 seconds chart, but I've just done it.
We might have a crossover on the RSI on the 1 minute as well. Let's go.
I think I decided just to take off my RSI altogether on Mullen earlier today. I don't.
You don't need it.
I don't know if that indicates much of anything today.
Good point.
Although I say that.
I was going to say, Occams, you are the most technical by the book out of way more than I am. I'm surprised at you.
Man, I look at your chart and the way you have it zoomed out, and I'm just like, it looks gnarly.
What, mine?
Yeah, as in the structure, not your chart. Mullen price action today looks just gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
I mean, I
volume.
love the initial run up, and then
Yeah,
it's created a range. I mean, it's a volatile range, and so if you were in options today, your heart was probably pumping. But I mean, in terms of just holding shares from when we initially all got in, I mean, this is it looks healthy going into the end of the day.
It does.
I don't want to use the word healthy because it looks strong going into the end of the day.
did you?
Was that
Go on.
TD?
Well,
Yeah.
that
Yes, it
was
was.
TD.
Hey guys,
Speak.
What's up,
that
man?
was hey, what's going on? Yeah, I like how it ran straight into close and kept up throughout the day. Like the fact that all these 250 options are about to expire in the money does make me extremely bullish. But I'm so uncertain because of this giant head and shoulders pattern on the intraday chart. I'm thinking about hedging with some puts and seeing what prints, because I really think that they're probably going to try to hammer this thing and deliver those options in the money later on. I think they're going to try to hit the price on Monday. So I'm going to hedge with puts, and I will. Yeah, because I want to protect my position and I want to be able to hang on to it. So in case this thing does run, if Mullen decides to go ahead and break out for $4 or whatever, awesome, fantastic. But if it breaks down, then I'm thinking that I'm thinking that if those puts print, then I can just go ahead and flip them and then switch all along again. So I'm basically creating a strangle here.
Hey,
Can I ask you a
TD,
question?
I
Hey,
didn't want to interrupt you, but we did have a couple of YouTube questions people had been waiting on in regard to a lot of people asking about the gamma squeeze. Just whether or not it's potential for close market today, aftermarket, pre-market on Monday, just with all the options expiring. What does that entail? All that good stuff.
Totally.
I had a question as well, and not from me, but passed on, and some concerns raised. Yeah, I just thought, worth reiterating to people that, how risky this play is. I know you said it a lot of times before, but
yeah, it is an extremely risky play. The reason why I'm so hesitant is because there's a prospectus that has 228 million shares on offer, and Mullen can dilute at any time, and they're incentivized to do so because they have almost no cash. They have basically no cash. Whatever cash they've got running on their business is entirely through their equity line of credit with Asusa, who has been forcefully diluting them anyway. Now that their price is so high, they're incentivized to dilute voluntarily in order to get themselves flush with a little bit of cash so that they can continue business operations until when they get approved for that $450 million ATVM loan from the Department of Energy. So if that's going to happen at all, they need to survive long enough. So there's, it is a risky play. And there's other things going on as well.
Can I follow up that? I know the answer to this, but it's I'm asking on behalf of other people. Mullen's just a short-term play for you, then. So
yeah, this is a short-term play for me. The more that I look into the company, there are some reasons to be skeptical of the leadership. So, and I've been cited, I've had it cited to me by several people that the CEO has a history of failing businesses. All of the players that are involved in the stock, basically everything that they own, just goes down to nothing. Especially Alt Global Holdings, there's the share prices of whatever they touch just craters for whatever reason. But they're still making millions of dollars somehow. So,
and that's not to say that that they won't come out with, I mean, we don't know for certain. We're just taking.
Yeah, there's no way to be certain. This play was all about putting pain on market makers because they overleveraged themselves. They took a huge position against retailers, and they were trying to take advantage of the fact that these guys were diluting the company to death, and they were trying to hurt people. And they did it in a really shady way, abusing their authority and their power and the exemptions that are afforded to them as an entity, which they are not supposed to do. They are not allowed to do what they did. They took a bunch of short exempts and never located the shares, and they did that with the intention to take a temporary directional short position. They absolutely did that on purpose. And those FTDs, those 6 million FTDs that failed to deliver after that entire week of accumulating those short exempts without locating shares, that is the whole reason for that. They failed to deliver on all of those because they were shorting it, and they were using naked shorts to do it. So they never borrowed. So they never had to take any risk other than the fact that they were going to have to deliver them at some point. But as long as they knew that the share price was going to go down, then they knew that they would be able to cover it for free. So it's basically like, I'm going to borrow this share that never exists. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to hang on to that profit, and then I'll just keep the difference once it goes down to zero. Tax-free income, basically. So as soon as the price, it's what's going on?
Sorry, SFT is running.
SFT. Ooh.
It was one of the things that I called out, or Scourge actually called out.
Oh, nice.
We're still showing Occam's screen, and I think he stepped away from his PC on YouTube at least.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, it's still coming through live. I can see the price changes, but if anyone wants to pull up theirs, by all means, they can. I'll switch them over.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not gonna add to my Mullen position. I'm interested in this SFT play though. Let's see what's going on.
Well, when did Spurs throw that one out?
Let's see. ALZN is looking strong. It broke over 115 as well. That was my marker. Did you guys cover ALZN yet today by chance?
No, I don't think so.
Should
One
take
thing,
a look at it.
do they have some connections with?
All global holdings? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I see. Yeah, SFT is running.
Not to say that there's not money to be made in the short. I don't.
They missed earnings, beat revenue about 4 days ago. Interesting. Well, I'm not in SFT, but I like the turnaround. It looks like it's about ready to run into resistance at $3.
You know,
It had 6% short exempt ratio on 16th. And then it also had 3 days of 3.6 and 3.2 back in 8th and 9th of March, respectively.
I see.
Just a heads up for everyone, we got 2 minutes left in the day and the week.
And I think the delta rate at this point is kind of matching your short exempt thesis. The 5 SMA delta rate was 4% yesterday and 8% today.
Gotcha.
It's very close.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna say let's see.
Not a lot on the call options, so just
Yeah.
bear that in mind.
I'm probably not gonna touch it. Like I do like the short exempt figures, but now that it's already moved, I think I'm gonna stay out of it and wait for consolidation.
Yeah, wise.
My next plays are probably, I mean, I've already taken a position, but my next plays are Progenity, which moved very nicely. My calls I added to I added to my $2 and 150 strike call options. Most of those are expiring within 2 months.
60-second warning.
And BBIG, which I added to my position in, so I'm liking how that's shaping up. ALZN I added to my position on. I think that in the short term there's going to be a volatility move, just based on ScourgeBot. And IDEX, which is Ideonomics Inc. It's an EV play. They broke a downtrend on a falling wedge and looking very strong. It's about ready to it created a double bottom, and it looks like it's ready for a reversal. So I opened up a position for some calls on IDEX, which don't expire until July, and those were pretty cheap. They're like 15 cents on
Ding,
the
ding,
ask.
ding, ding, ding. Market closed.
$290 close, was that?
Nice.
286 is what it's showing me.
Well, let's see. Mullen never touched the neckline that I had set for its head and shoulders, so maybe it will end up running going into Monday. Who knows? If my puts expire worthless, that's fine with me. Like if those are worthless, that's cool. They were super cheap, and they were just there for protection. I have some more calls, and if if either one of them, no matter what direction Mullen goes, I think that it'll be I think it'll be a good play. Somebody swimming.
Oh man, we cracked 400 viewers at the end of the day here.
Oh wow! Hello
Woot
everybody.
woot. Thank you everyone for coming in.
Yeah, really appreciate everybody coming in. Sorry that I wasn't able to hang out the whole day. I literally just got here 10 minutes ago. I'm way behind on work, so still have to pay bills, and this doesn't quite do it yet.
Very good. Verde and Occam's held it down for a while, so we're all good.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys doing the stream. We'll have to make this a regular thing.
Yeah, I like it. Everyone's able to bounce around. Whoa,
Hey,
Verde,
Verde, your
you're
microphone's all messed up.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. Look at all those in the money calls. Oh, congratulations to everybody who got in on Mullen with us. I've said it a few times now, but ScourgeBot called it out to us on February 21st, and we opened our position on the 22nd. It was Luckiest Sevens who pointed it out to us and made us start doing the analysis. And because of his attentiveness and noticing this play and
we're at
the
295.
bazaar, and at the bazaar, um, the bizarre number of short exempts on this thing, we entered in at an average price of 165. So congratulations to everybody who got in on Mullen, who managed to profit off of these huge moves that we've had. It's been a pretty phenomenal ride.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I am truly hoping that it is not over yet, but I do want to kind of set everybody's expectations. I know there's a lot of talk out there about like runs to $10 and runs to the moon, and we're going to $20 and ridiculous sums. And you just have to really learn to filter through that noise and do your own due diligence. Yes, Mullen could do things like that. It's entirely possible, but it's not likely. We managed to fight against a market maker, and we managed to take this stock, which was trading sub a dollar, for like at the low around 50 cents. And we turned this thing around and it touched more than $3 in only just a couple of trading weeks. That's an incredible victory for retail just by itself. The fact that we were able to spot market makers over leveraging themselves and we punished them for it is so amazing. I don't think that there has ever been a story like this in the market to date other than GameStop and AMC. The fact that this has happened and the fact that we were able to catch it in time for the lowest price and to punish the market makers for taking this position against this company and abusing their exemptions. Man, it feels really good. That's all I got to say is it just feels so good. So we're going to keep our eyes out for more plays like this. And if you want to help us spot these trades, all you really have to do is be a part of Hell's trading floor and be on the lookout for stocks that are, moving in bizarre ways, and pay attention to the short exempt data that we offer. Just everybody on the professional tier is able to look this stuff up whenever they want to, but that doesn't stop any of the trader or veteran members from looking up stocks that they are interested in and just asking the question like, hey, has anybody checked the short exempts on such and such stock? And you find things like ALZN, which hit a low of 90 cents and now it's up over $1.15, and it's getting ready to go on a big reversal run. And look at how ScourgeBot called it out 2 days in a row.
And also, this is a question I've been seeing come through quite a bit on YouTube chat in the last like 20 minutes or so. But people are essentially asking, since a lot of these 250 in the money is expired in the money, and we can assume that a good bit of them are going to be exercised. Where does that take place? Because technically the exercise takes place after market close. So people are curious, would that just imply that buying pressure will come in aftermarket and then pre-market and then the open on Monday, considering how many would be exercised if they are, or would that not necessarily be the case?
So from the time that the calls are exercised, there's a 2-day settlement period. So those shares may not be delivered until Tuesday. But what may actually happen is market makers will deliver them on time. And part of this move may have been the cause for the run. At which point, they may try to. This is the reason why I bought the protective puts, is because what they may do is they may sell off first thing Monday and use their short exempt ability in order to push the price down early on. And people who exercised today, they won't get their shares until Tuesday at the latest. And most people don't get their shares for 2 days. So I would almost say that at the earliest, they can expect them Tuesday at the opening bell.
So would the buying pressure not necessarily show or be indicative of the price movement into, or would it just not, they not be receiving the shares and settled until then?
They just wouldn't be receiving the shares and have them settled until that time. So the reason for me being like short-term bearish, I guess I'm more short-term neutral, but like just I'm entertaining the possibility that market makers right now are looking at this thing like, okay, now we've got all of the shares that we needed to get our hands on in order to deliver these damn things to these assholes, we being the assholes. What they may try to do is they may try to smash the price between Monday, Tuesday, and use short exempts to do it and get it down below the exercise price so that by the time those shares are delivered, then they are now at a loss and they're below their break even. And if that happens, then as soon as they get those shares delivered, the people who receive those exercised call shares will be incentivized to sell in order to preserve some of their gains, depending on when they entered.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
that's why I emphasize things like early exercising, because although you give up some of that extrinsic value when you exercise early, if you're planning to exercise anyway and you're already deep in the money, if you exercise early, then you force the market maker to purchase those shares right away. And they have to deliver them right away. And you give yourself time before Friday to make a decision, because, and this happened, sometimes it happens this way, sometimes it doesn't. Like SPRT, for example, it had a big run during a week and then sold off before Friday, and a bunch of calls did expire in the money, but not as many as people wanted. But then it squeezed all the next Monday and Tuesday, and it went up to like $59. And then other ones, AMC, it squeezed early on, and people exercised a lot of their calls early on, and then it sold off immediately the following Monday, and the price cratered. So it can happen either way. But with something like this, with a low float stock, there's a lot of day traders in this. So there's and even I sold some of my calls in order to take some of my money off the table, because I have to respect my risk. So for that reason, you have to understand that everybody else is in that same position too.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, if anyone out there still has any questions regarding that, because I saw there were multiple people with similar questions, I hope that answered it for you. But feel free to comment if that is not the case.
I see someone's asking about XELA.
XELA.
XELA? Yeah, we can check that one out. Derek Courier.
Sorry. 25, 34, and 39% short exempt ratio in 3 consecutive days.
Wow.
Holy mother of...
Oh,
when was
wow.
that?
Ooh, and it hit. Oh, it made a higher low as well on the daily, and it's super.
11th, 14th, and 15th. 11th.
Jeez.
Ha 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 ha. Look what it did on 11th. Sold off 33%. 14th sold off 15%. And then 15th sold off 3%.
Interesting.
That's insane.
It looks kind of similar to how Mullen looked before this run up.
Oh, yes. Could be the next one. I think they do have options as well. It was Kion Olameh that I think he's a denizen on YouTube that asked us to look at this.
Yeah, I was noticing. Wow, look at that volume spike after hours. What in the hell?
Interesting. And it's been picking up
7
too
million.
since, what is this here? March 9th. It's been steadily getting higher.
Holy mother of God.
Wow.
Yeah, that's significant.
I like that consolidation it's making too with the higher low on the 2 hour there, as far as technically.
Interesting. What was the short exempts doing? Oh, thank you for the update there. Wow. Oh my God. What's the float for this thing?
Let's check.
Floats 307 million. Jesus. 8.2 million, 8 million, and 5.69 million short exempts. 3 consecutive days.
You
Today
want to
was the
share your
first
screen, TD?
delivery. I think I am.
Not currently. Oh, no, you are. I'm sorry. My apologies.
It's all good.
Pulled up here.
Yeah. Yeah, XELA is definitely showing some serious strength, actually. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna open up a position after hours. I will do that. This thing's oversold, and the market maker is doing the same exact thing they did to Mullen. They really over-leveraged themselves here. 25, 34, and 39% short exempt volume ratio. That's ridiculous. Let's see. Wow. Seeing Progenity up and boosting my portfolio has been so nice. I sold some puts for July at 150 strike, and those are now finally green. Nice to see. I was like, oh God, am I gonna have to get assigned on those? That's gonna suck. Let me see. I think I will open up XELA position on my Fidelity portfolio.
Oh, that's sweet. We got another super chat from Natsuga Hirabayashi. I think I might have only slightly butchered that. She said, it's not much, but thank you from Nancy
Yeah.
Pelosi's Discord. Absolutely crushing on Mullen. Have a great weekend from Brooklyn. Thank you. That's awesome.
Thanks, Natsuka. Appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, I just got another trading alert. What was this on? Oh, IDEX. Looks like it's getting pushed down a little bit after hours. IDEX is one of those EV plays that it's like they were diluting themselves in order to give themselves liquidity, but now they have like a real product and they're selling overseas in the Far East, and this is going to be their first earnings after they've finally made their delivery in Thailand. They delivered something like they had a huge order a long time ago that was due right about now. I can't remember what the I can't remember how much the order was, but it was for a significant number of their electric motorcycles.
You are welcome, Keon.
Natsuka says you can call me Frank. My girlfriend, I hijacked my girlfriend's YouTube account. All right. Well, glad to have you with us, Frank. Really appreciate having. Thank you very much for the super chat.
And I'm pretty sure her credit card is hooked to YouTube.
Yeah, I hope.
I was just about to say, I was like, not
that-
Suka.
did you just jack your girlfriend's credit card to give us a donation?
Which is fine. I'm a kept man, so my
That's
girlfriend
dirty.
earns nearly double than me, so you know.
That's dirty.
Just put a couple zeros on the
Nice.
end of it and call it fraud. We'll be.
So TD22 says XELA risk of delisting, so it might be worth checking when they got pinged by Nasdaq or wherever.
Well, let's see. How long have they
Nasdaq,
spent?
yeah.
How long have they been spending under $1? That's quite a while. They've been
December
here.
23rd.
81 days.
Yeah. So they still have a lot of time. All right, this is the first. Let's see, where did they close here? They closed at $1, so we'll count this day. They closed at $1. And yeah, as you said, 81 days. Let's go ahead and.
Interesting enough, Ortex only reports 6% short of free float as of 9th of March, and an estimated of 4% of free float.
Gotcha. Let's see. What is XELA anyway? What is their technology?
Provision of transaction processing solution and enterprise information management operates through following segments: information and transaction processing solution, healthcare solutions, legal and loss prevention services.
Gotcha.
Basically service providers.
Oh, Prodigy. Prodigy returns. Thanks for the $5, dude. That's really cool. Wow, we're getting a lot more super chats now that we've actually turned them on. For whatever reason, they were disabled. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, you don't have to do that, but we really do appreciate the support. All right. Well, XELA is an interesting one. The short exempts are probably what I find most. The short exempts are what I find most disheartening. So this is a situation where the market maker can get their they can get whacked in the genitals pretty badly if retail turns this around on them. Those short exempts are excessive.
Don't worry, you can say the word because I took care to demonetize ourselves again.
You're so thoughtful.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so the first round of failures to deliver. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tomorrow or Monday. They're due by the opening bell Monday.
Oh yeah, now
So whatever failures to deliver on this thing are in place, if suddenly XELA moves back up above 90 cents in the next day, that would actually really hurt these market makers. They may have already covered down here. The volume's high enough, but they probably haven't covered all of it. There's still it's a total of 16 million shares that they would need to cover for if they haven't located those. Let's see.
Also,
Wow, they really push this thing down.
I don't know if you shouted out already yet, but we got a new member on the YouTube channel as well, Derek Puryear. So shout out him for becoming a member. It's dope.
Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for becoming a member. What was their name?
Derek Puryear, Purye.
Derek Puryear. Thank you.
And also someone commented, I don't know if we can verify this as well, but someone said that XELA had a stock buyback that they're getting ready to do. And Prodigy Returns just gave another $5 saying that TD is my boyfriend. So that's lovely as well. I believe you. Prodigy Returns.
I do believe it. I do believe it.
I would only believe you, but he's my boyfriend, so hands off, okay? I got my eyes on you now, Prodigy. I don't care how much cash you got. He's mine, all right?
Hey, True Demon. Pull up
Yeah, stop Hawkem.
If you pull up the news tab on your trading view on XELA and read the most recent article posted about converting common shares to Series B, and I don't want to speak on this because I need to look into this further and understand it. But this may have something to do with what Kat just said about a stock buyback, because this is converting common shares to Class B shares, or Series B shares.
Validly tendered for exchange and not withdrawn as of the expiration date, the company will exchange the shares for 883,000 shares of Series B preferred stock without prorating. XELA has applied to list the Series B preferred stock of the NASDAQ Capital Market under the symbol XELA P. Interesting.
And
where is all these super... what is going on?
I was going to say, the ticker on the screen is XELA, and thank you, Mr. Ben. And we look forward to seeing you.
Thank you, homie. Ben White says, "Hey, is love to join your Discord? Look out for my patron this weekend. Altair's screen also up 130% on Mullen. Congratulations, dude!
Hell yeah!
Congratulations.
Nice.
That's an excellent.
Nice.
That's an excellent.
Everybody has been waiting so long to give you a super chat.
Right, apparently, because the first 5 minutes you weren't even here, and people were like, "Thank you, True Demon," and I was like, "Yeah, they love us."
Let's see, how much would it cost me? 1,000 shares is only $500 right now. I could do it.
Is this the same Frank that stole his girlfriend's account? Is this the same? Did you do this to even out the karma? Just be like, baby, I did it on both our cards. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Even
this
Steven.
Is entirely out of hand. Thank you.
Both my credit cards.
That must be the same Frank.
Oh man, that's hilarious, dude. Well, thank you so much. It is truly appreciated. It really is. Oh man.
Oh Jesus.
Oh man. That was too funny.
We got people claiming that, you're their significant other. We got people in here. We got a whole lot going on in these suits. Now you got two more already. Dogs Go Wolf, you know that. Also my girlfriend's credit card. Thank you, Olive. Michael Graham, too. Thank you very much. Hey, guys, joined a few weeks ago.
Don't sleep on the couch.
1348 channel, I've only made one red trade. Amazing. And I think you guys said that's awesome. That's a great ratio.
Dude, thank you so much. Oh my god.
Please touch
it's
my
a squeeze. It's a super chat squeeze.
Oh, are you still trying to buy True Demon's affection from me? It's not going to work.
That's his wife's girlfriend.
He's my wife's boyfriend. Okay, that's a little better.
Yo,
now y'all are just flexing your wallets.
I think so. I think everyone's like,
oh,
okay.
Look.
You want to play Super Chat?
Read Paul Ruiz. He says, "Hey guys, I joined a few weeks ago. Between you and the 1348 channel, I have only one red trade. Amazing, and I thank you guys so much."
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Paul. Hey,
we'll read it again.
That's what we're here for. We're glad that everybody has been making some stupidly good money lately. Even I've been improving on my trades just listening to the analysts.
Please pay for my Discord and Ortex for the year today. I like pie. That is.
read the Prodigy returns. Prodigy Return had a
He's
big,
my
big
wife's
bit.
boyfriend.
Yeah, he's my wife's boyfriend. I was like, that's more
Believe again.
acceptable, but still.
Can
Hey,
I
don't forget about False
can I do
Angel.
Nile?
Please touch my cactus, TD.
Oh my God. Nile. This is
Please
probably
touch
going to
my
be another. I will not do that.
What the heck?
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Holy crap, the XELA calls for $1 are insane. I wish I had spotted this earlier. I'll probably come back and look at Frank's girlfriend's credit card.
I love the fact that people are spending money to do this right now. They're just for the sake of the humor in it. Like, that's how much people love comedy. I love you guys.
This is too much.
Mullen and his super chat squeeze these kids.
Hey, don't sleep on the couch. Don't get in trouble, guys.
Yeah, we're about to become.
Don't get in trouble.
Oh man, stop! Y'all are too damn much. This is too much.
Your wife is gonna be like, "What the heck is this?
Why
are there
$2,
funny
$3,
YouTube
$5?
charts on the credit card?
$5, $5.
How many movies you renting?
All right.
Oh man, that was hilarious. I'm
wow.
dying.
Frank's girlfriend's
For the
credit card.
week,
That's
the,
gonna stick for a while. I have a feeling. Frank's girlfriend's credit card.
The sentiment score for XELA on the week is popping like crazy.
All right. You've talked me into it. I'm gonna buy some shares after hours.
All right, we had another question. Via
I may have
Super Chat
beat you
here.
to it.
It says, I know there must be a story behind the Devil's Trading Floor, so share it with us. How'd you come up with the name? Paul Ruiz.
How did I come up with the name? Okay, so I'll tell you why I'll tell you why I'm True Demon. Okay, we should make this a clip. Okay, because I actually been meaning to address this. So, Kat, if you feel like doing some video editing,
Sure.
here's your marker. So I am True Demon because I was always into Linux computer systems, and demons, spelled DAEMON, is a process or a program that hides in the background of the operating system and runs silently. And when it's running, its status is true. So I became True Demon. That was the reason why I chose that name. The names followed me for ever since I got into hacking, like when I was a teenager, so for a long time. And for whatever reason, after I started this whole journey with stock trading, a whole bunch of people assumed that I was a devil worshiper. So I was getting harassed by a bunch of people that were like telling me to change my name, and that, like, how dare I glorify Satan and things like that, which is just ridiculous. But you may be surprised to know, all of you folks from the Christian community who are so upset by my name, is that I actually was raised Christian for a long time. And I gotta be honest, like, y'all are really exclusive and really deprecating to other people when you don't really know, but whatever. Anyway, I decided to just lean into the joke because y'all piss me off so much and keep calling me devil worshiper. So I was like, you know what? Fine. Fuck it. I am True Demon. I am the devil's stockbroker, and I work in the fourth circle of hell on hell's trading floor, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life working to drag all of the Wall Street hedge fund managers and brokers down to hell with me by the end. So that was basically what it became. Like, it literally was just like, you know what? Fine. If I'm a devil worshiper, all right, let's go. And I just leaned into it. So that was why the whole thing came about, and it just became a persona. So there's really nothing more to it. I'm not a devil worshiper. I don't know why this continues to circulate, and I still get harassed in my comments and on Twitter, like, why are you worshiping the devil? I'm uncomfortable with your name. Change your name. I'm like, no. So,
You
like,
go down to Hell's trading floor and dance with the devil behind the curtain.
exactly. Like, don't take yourselves too seriously. There's no reason to. That's just dumb.
Yeah, and then everything we do from there is like an offshoot. Like then there's Hell's Basement, which is the clips channel, because we can't like go off theme now. Like you can't just change theme halfway through and just be normal now. Like everything has to be Hell related. You know?
Yeah. It's now become its own thing. You know, it's a whole identity for the Discord and the community. And you know what? I really do believe that most of the shady people on Wall Street do belong in hell. Like they do deserve it. So you know what? I may as well be
For
the
real.
I may as well be the harbinger of
I do find it funny because we were talking one day about like I wonder how many people are looking up like satanic rituals on YouTube and stumble upon your videos or whatever. And like someone actually mentioned, I can't remember in Discord the other day, that they were looking for something with demon in the title that was completely unrelated, and they were like, "Oh, this guy does stocks, and that's why he subscribed." And I was like, "Dope!" I was like, "The more the merrier." Like, cool. What were you searching? Never mind. It's fine. Whatever.
Oh god, that is too funny, man. All right,
hilarious.
somebody wants to ask about. Oh, okay. Mutro Bean, man, thank you everybody so much. Prodigy, thank you for becoming a denizen. Thank you for becoming a member. Michael Graham, thanks for the $1, and Mutro Bean, thank you for the $5. Mutro Bean says, up over 200% of my Mullen position, thanks to the solid analysis provided. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much, dude. Going to also be a dork and ask about GFAI again. I did not take a position in it. I wasn't able to get a position yesterday before the closing bell, and I didn't buy it after hours. I think Verde was up in the position. Verde, did you close that, or are you still in this?
Which one was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear. I have a washing machine trying to kill me here.
GFAI.
Yeah, I closed it 20% up today at the top.
Okay. See,
just because I couldn't remember why I bought in.
So
I'll be honest.
So actually, it's showing some pretty awesome strength. So there's two wedges that we marked out earlier, and it broke out. It broke out of both of these wedges that were guessed. So this was the first
AMC's
one.
running after hours, guys.
Is it really?
No shit. 16.
Of course, because my calls expired worthless.
That right.
I'm sure everyone.
Ooh, check this one out. By division, True Demon, you turned me on to SPRT at $11 and it ran to 49 and made me 6 figures. I always wanted to say thanks.
Oh shit, dude! I'm so I'm so flattered, dude. That's nuts.
Awesome.
Wow.
Man, I'm so glad. You're not the first person to say like how much money some people made off of SBRT. I confess, I am not the person who found it originally. It was actually another member of our Discord who I met through Reddit. He actually tagged me on Reddit, and he did use my short exempt thesis. His name was your boy J 313. And he's still here in the Discord, but he doesn't hang out too much. But he was the one who found it. He just applied my thesis, and I was like, you know what? You're right. This thing is like a total squeeze candidate. That's amazing. And I started talking about it. But thank you, dude, and congratulations. That's a fantastic win. I'm so glad to hear everybody made money off of that play. I know a lot of people got stuck holding at the top, which that sucks too. Which is why I don't want to be like, yeah, to the moon with Mullen, because even if I do think that it could go higher and higher, like I don't want people to just like hold on to everything that they've made and then watch it get yanked out from underneath them, because that felt awful. That was awful. Damn, my credit card's maxed out. Back to my girlfriend's credit card.
I was trying to wait, but I was just like, why is he's just switching back and forth just to fuck with us now, I guess.
How many cars has this kid got?
So,
God.
GFI, you were asking me why I bought in. So I just went back and looked. It was just a breakout of a technical pattern. It was like an symmetrical triangle, which was at resistance yesterday at close. So I just took a punt. The risk was relatively minimum. It was just at the tip of the wedge, so I just bought in basically.
Gotcha. Well, I'm seeing a lot of things that I like here. It's broken every single wedge that it tapped the bottom of. So it broke out here, it broke out here, and now it's getting ready to break out here. And this is actually part of a larger cup.
Yeah, and if you zoom out on the daily, you will see that you actually have a gap where probably IPO'd at about $7.
I'm sorry,
All right.
Prodigy's back in with this. So Paul Ruiz, thank you for the super chat. He's at lost 40K in the crash of 2008. Now I'm going to get it all back and more. Hell yeah, I think you will. True Demon, you can read the Prodigy.
You're gonna get me demonetized.
Yeah, right.
Prodigy says,
Don't do it. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Hey, it's a store. It's a store. You know, it's a.
Oh yeah, it's a store. It's all right. We're gonna go on a shopping spree at BJ's Wholesale.
Yeah.
Back to the topic of Paul Ruiz, TD. That really reminds me of the story of you and your parents when you're in the military, bro. Like that right there, I can't get that out of my head. That whole crash thing, because I see my parents go through it too, and that's in a real emotional trade, man. Especially to get some of that money back from that crash, knowing that a lot of people lost hundreds of thousands, even millions, or all their 401k, and it's just so depressing. And just to get some of that money back, bro, it's a good thing.
Yes, it really is, and it's it feels even better knowing that we're taking it from the top 1%. Because honestly, fuck those guys. I don't know if y'all saw this, but I'm
With
ready
the
to go and
cactus.
I'm ready to go and punish Peter Schiff with a cactus again, because that son of a bitch said some really dumb shit on Twitter.
For real.
Yeah, I gotta go and pull it up, but
the
like,
thing with
he was
the
harassed.
suit
So
and uniform.
yeah. So
Fucking hell! What
I
a
don't have
fucking bellend.
Yeah, I don't have the tweet in front of me, but I have to address this. Like, he went out and he bashed President Zelensky of the Ukraine, or Ukraine, not the Ukraine. Sorry, I keep making that mistake. But he bashed the president of Ukraine for wearing a combat T-shirt when he addressed Congress. And I'm like, you freaking doofus! Like this, he's in a combat shirt. He's actually fighting a war with Russian soldiers surrounding his entire city. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, how out of touch do you have to be to make such a fucking banal statement like that? Just so stupid.
You're not making the right fashion statement.
I just pulled it up for you on the stream there so people can read it. But it's, I understand times are hard, but does the president of Ukraine own a suit? I don't have much respect for current members of the U.S. Congress either, but I still wouldn't address them wearing a T-shirt. I wouldn't want to disrespect the institution of the United States.
Such a fucking ass.
There's like a rocket going over his head, and he's just like, "Let me get my double Windsor correct." It's fucking, it's
like, oh man, I'm not gonna. What would be the point if I couldn't wear my best blazer?
Right, Jesus Christ.
Jesus. You know what? Somebody said something else on Twitter. They were quoting somebody, and I wish I could remember who the quote was by. I believe it was an author. But the quote went something like, "People in suits took more from me than anyone else in the world," and that really resonated with me because, like, if you think about like the 2008 crash, for instance, people in suits over leveraged the entire banking system on a housing market that was entirely fraudulent and based off of a rating system that was cooked. And when they decided that, oh well, this isn't going to work out for us, our portfolios are gonna be in the toilet if we let this out. We better move all of this toxic money or all of these toxic securities into everybody's 401k and retirement funds and all of their mutual funds. We'll just sell it to whoever will buy it and dump this into average Americans' pensions. And that's what they did with it. And they flushed everyone's pensions down the toilet when they did. And then they got rewarded with a bailout from the government afterwards. Like, are you fucking kidding me? How much sense does that make? These guys get rewarded for taking everybody's retirement money and flushing it down the toilet in front of their very eyes. And then when we get upset and go protest on Wall Street, they start popping champagne and laughing at us from the freaking terrace of their skylight restaurant. Like, what in the hell is wrong with this planet? And that's how I know that somebody like Peter Schiff has never struggled once in his life. Somebody like that has never known what it is like to struggle with anything. And that is everything that is wrong with everybody in Congress that is calls themselves a world leader, members of parliament in whatever their respective nation is. If you have never actually worked for a living, like pick up a shovel and had to go dig a ditch for a couple of summers, then you have no clue what average people are doing in the country to make a living and in order to survive. And worse yet, they're so old now that they don't even know what it's like here in the current economy that they have now trashed. They've spent the last 20 years just absolutely decimating the American middle class, and in fact, the whole world middle class. Thankfully, some countries out in Europe and Asia do take care of people a little bit more, but on the whole, like the United States and most of the European nations of the EU have really struggled with the horrendously irresponsible decisions made by Wall Street and the US Congress. And yes, US Congress is responsible for the entire world's economy's current state because they make the decision on trade agreements that affect the entire world. And everything is backed against the US dollar. So when the dollar gets a cold, everybody else's currency gets the flu.
Had a couple of those photos from the Wall Street protests with the champagne or whatever up on the screen for a minute just to show reference. Like it's like one of those extra level cartoonish super villainy evil type things that you're like, is that even real? Like it's like this,
Yeah.
like you're almost like this has to be like staged. Like no, that really happened.
I just
like, wow.
I just imagine Peter Schiff's stupid face sitting in a giant egg chair and holding his pinky up to his lips going, "Oh, we'll make the middle class pay."
Like if he didn't have a mustache to twizzle, then he had to grow one after that. Like it seemed like he had to have a monocle and maybe a cigarette holder or something. Like
right.
No choice.
He's the guy is like basically the male version of Cruella de Vil. That's how I picture him.
Jesus.
Just what an ass.
Yeah, for real. Like that's just another level of like it's one thing to just make money and just be a rich dude and be like, oh yeah, I'm rich and I suck or whatever. but then to just be like drinking the champagne with your and like pouring it and just be like yeah and taking the pictures and stuff. I'm like, man, that's a specific precedent.
It's a new level. It's a new level of douche, but it's on top of that. Peter Schiff is a respected person in the world of finance and economics, and he's regarded as a top economist, especially when it comes to metals and materials trade. And yeah, he may understand the market really well, but in terms of like actually holding up an economy, he's by making these statements, he's so irresponsible. Because he's basically saying like the rich shouldn't pay a damn thing for the fact that the entire world is collapsing and nobody wants to work anymore. Like, have you maybe considered that we have now reached the point where nobody wants to work because what's the point? Think about it. We have people just to have a child costs over $100,000 for some people at the hospital. mean, the average 5 years ago was like $50,000 to have a baby, and now it's approaching $100,000. Just to take a ride in the ambulance in the United States for anything wrong with you is going to minimum charge you $20,000. For an emergency room visit post ambulance ride, you're probably paying upwards of $50,000 easily, even if it's for
Long gone
something as
babies.
simple even if it's just for something as simple as like my grandmother fell down and she needed to be taken to the hospital because she had a bruised knee, and like something like that can completely devastate somebody, but then they come after your family afterwards. Even if like if somebody dies in the family, they come after your family for all of that debt, and you're saddled, and then the family's been saddled with it. And you have situations like single mothers who have to have daycare, but the daycare costs more than their regular job. And they can't take their kids with them to work because that's dangerous and irresponsible, or, just totally infeasible. Meanwhile, other countries are able to afford just reasonable daycare services. Would it not make more sense to just afford people to have a state sponsored daycare service that was regulated and maintained by government and held to a certain standard of care? And then you would have a workforce that could actually go out and work. You wouldn't have all these, you wouldn't have like, let's actually use some common sense and think about it. If somebody has to work 3 jobs to make ends meet, they get 4 hours of sleep every night just to afford rent, food, electricity, internet, water, heat, and daycare services. How in the hell is somebody supposed to make up that shortfall? It's not possible. And like, you want to talk about higher education? Well, just to go to college, you're probably going to spend at least $60,000 accumulating loans the entire time you're attending, which are only accruing more and more interest. And the quality of the education is so far gone, there's not even a point to it anymore. But who has the time for that anyway, because they have to work 3 jobs just to make ends meet even before they start going to college? So, unless you're in a position where your family has basically given you a free ride, you're living in your parents' basement, and you're able to work a part time job and spend the rest of it going to school, you're never going to make it. And nobody can keep up. It's not possible. So, you know what? I would be if I was not already financially secure in my position in life, I would do the same thing. I would throw my hands up in the air and be like, well, fuck it. I can't do anything anymore. I may as well just rack up a bunch of credit card debt, declare bankruptcy, and just give up. That's where we're at. That's the point that we've been driven to. Most people are really struggling, and everybody is in the supreme wealthy position on Wall Street of being able to say, "Well, just make the middle class pay for the $3 trillion budget deficit." Dude, have you lost your goddamn mind? There's not even $3 trillion between everybody in the middle class. Nobody even has that much money. The only people that actually have that much money are quite literally the top 400 richest Americans in the world. If you just took a quarter of their wealth, you would cut the entire budget deficit down in half. And they'd still be billionaires after that. So, anyway, went on a bit of a tirade there about how much of an asshole, how much of a detached from reality asshole that Peter Schiff is. I'm describing late stage capitalism. Yeah, exactly. The only aversion to the only way to avert late stage capitalism is to basically uniformly revolt against everybody on Wall Street and say no, or just everybody protest and refuse to pay taxes or something like that. But will people do it? No.
We don't pay taxes; they're taken.
Yeah, we don't pay taxes, they're taken straight out of our W-2s. The choice has been removed. Let's see. we have been going for a long time. It's been nice having everybody hanging out here with us, and we really do appreciate this hilarious competition of super chats. The super chat comedy has been off the charts.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Prodigy
And
won just on pure laughter.
that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, there's some good ones in there.
I think that we've gone on stream for long enough. I think it's a good time to let everybody go ahead and get back to their day. We will do an update on the short exempt details from Mullen and some of our other picks. We'll be posting that. We'll be posting that in the analyst floor later on today, as soon as the new FINRA numbers come out. If anybody has any further requests or they want to get access to some of this data, please come join us on Hell's Trading Floor. You can get into the community by going to https:/discord.gg/Hell's Trading Floor. Links are in the description of this video, and you can also go straight to the Patreon page to sign up and log in through your Discord account and get access right away. Just a fair warning, we're at the middle point of the month now, so if you choose to upgrade now or join us now, you will get charged again on the first of the month, just because everything is paid 1 month in advance. So just bear that in mind if you choose to sign up with us. If you're not comfortable committing to that, to one of the higher tiers, you can sign up for like the $3 trader tier and see what it's all about, and just check us out, and then upgrade later on. I think that's just about it. I think we will go ahead and close the stream here. We'll play a quick closing ad. If anybody wants to watch it just to help us out and support the channel a little bit, feel free, but no obligation. You do you. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.